Hi everyone. Today we're going to look at using a website called rewordify.com as a scaffold in social studies. You can use it as a scaffold in a lot of subjects, but I'm going to specifically focus on social studies. So as you know, we as social studies teachers and special educators or ENL teachers, MLL teachers supporting social studies, our students encounter a lot of text. There's just a limit to what we can and can't do, and sometimes we have to turn things over to our students, even with the support. So when we give them a text that looks like this, there's a tool called Rewordify that will help students depending on what the level is and what's going on. So this is part of the speech. It's actually a continuation of speech on modernization from Unit 5, Day 1. I'm going to highlight this section of text. I wouldn't put in a tremendous chunk of text at once. Control C, I copied it. And now I'm going to rewordify.com. Enter English, text, or web page to simplify. Paste it in, Control V, rewordify the text. Please wait. And here is my text down the bottom that I originally put in. Here is what it looks like now. Now here's the cool thing. Instead of it saying in the course of centuries there have been people, and there are still people today in the interior as well as foreign countries who profited, and the first word that it goes to is profited. I click on it, profited, and it reads the word for me. You can, if you have an account, you can log in and save the word. Now, it goes through and explains, and it starts to replace. You could click and see what the original word is. Now, if let's say you won't like this setup or this amount, you can tap on it. If like the way I have it was tapping on the words, that's the way it's the default, but it could show you the hard word and the easier word in line. And it can also give you more words depending on how you need it, right? I'm again at the default. I'm going to make it a little more complex, and you can also change the highlighting color. So I'm going to save and close it. And if you notice now in line, it has the word profited. And then it has the definition next to it. It's a choice. Now, teachers can do all sorts of other things with this website. And the other cool part is once you're logged in, it saves, depending on the level and everything else, how you want to use it and need to use it in your classroom. Hey, the possibilities are endless. So when you go into Rewordify, you could click on, again, classic literature. I mean, it's anything under the sun. You could do it by title. You can do it by author, which is pretty cool. If let's say you're looking for something for a source, I bet this is the Federalist Papers based on these three authors. And I was right. Federalist Papers, the book. This sometimes makes lawyers cry in law school. So let's see what they did to 51. That's the one that sometimes comes up. Federalist 51, the structure of government must furnish the proper checks and balances between different departments. This is the one that has that awesome line, if all men were angels, no government would be necessary. But what is government itself? The greatest reflections in human nature. If all men were angels, no government would be necessary. If all men were angels, the government. Now, what I find interesting is the words that they choose to support. But then again, if I change my level of support and my settings, it will increase. Because some of these words, even on this level, students may find challenging. Notice there are 80 hard words. How many do you want to learn? 3, 7, 10, or handpick the words. I want to learn 10. Induced means cause, and it's going to tell me how to listen.
Induced means caused.
And it's playing for me to listen. I don't know how well the audio is going to come through. And it shows you how it's used in context. It will read the passage out loud. So you could take this with flashcards. You could take this vocabulary. Totally your choice, again, how you want to use this with your students. I mean, I also started playing around, looking around even more from another 11th grade text. I looked at the preamble. Now this says Mr. Dolan did it. Thank you, Mr. Dolan, whoever you are. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a perfect union, establish justice. The next word is ensure domestic. Normally it's supposed to be tranquility. They put in peacefulness, and there's tranquility. So again, this site, you go in. If you choose to make a account or not is up to you. You can share this tool with your students and they can have it to support texts because, again, it can simplify the language for them and it can help you support your students when you can't necessarily explain every text or give vocabulary supports for every text. Is it foolproof? No, but I hope it helps.